Looks like looks like looks like that. I'm assuming that's what you're here for. That's what it looks like. Neat. Hey everyone, this is Chef, and today is the day of the most recent World vs. World patch for Guild Wars 2. Now the balance patch is later this month on June 26th, and that's when we're going to see a lot of these class and profession changes. But today we have a mountain of rewards and quality of life changes that are rolling out onto the servers. In this video, we're going to cover each of the changes that came out today, and the impact that they're likely to have on the game mode. The new World vs. World Infusion is what people are most interested in, if I had to guess, so let's cover that first. There's 3 ways of obtaining it that I've found so far. First is to talk to the new merchant, Dugan, and begin a short exploration achievement that tasks you with visiting hero points on different World vs. World maps. Once you've completed this achievement, you'll unlock a new tab on the merchant screen, and you can purchase the infusion there. It costs 5,000 skirmish claim tickets, 3,000 badges of honor, 20 emblems of the Avenger, and 2 emblems of the Conqueror. The second method of obtaining the infusion is through the new Mist-Hardened Lockbox items that are rewarded for completing daily and weekly achievements. These items can also be bought and sold through the trading post, and are opened with Mist-Hardened Lockbox keys, which are also purchased from Dugan. These keys work the same way that Drizzlewood cash keys work, in that they become gradually more expensive the more of them you buy. You can exchange tickets, emblems of the Avenger, proofs of heroics, and badges of honor for these keys. And the final method is as a rare drop from killing any Keep Lord. Speaking of Dugan, there's a lot of new currency exchanges that he offers as well. Starting with the first tab, you can now exchange a number of World vs. World currencies for different items. The limits are as follows. You can buy 5 clovers per week, 50 memories of battle per week, 2 guild heroes banners per week, an exceptional 25 provisioner tokens per week, 5 tastes of instant world experience per week, which grant enough XP for 1 level each, and 8 world XP mini boosters per week. In the second tab, there's exchanges for different types of ascended food. I'm not sure if these will always be the same or if they're on rotation, but for these you're limited to 3 purchased per week, and they allow you to avoid the ascended crafting components of generating ascended food. In the third tab, you can exchange basic siege blueprints, some tickets, and emblems of the Avenger for guild siege blueprints. I'll be honest, I never leveled scribing, so I don't know if these are a good deal or not, and I also don't generally carry siege around with me, so I don't know if there's limits on this. In the fourth tab, you can exchange tickets, badges, and testimonies of heroics for different sizes of crafting bags, and these are all limited to 3 per week. The fifth tab contains the lockbox keys, as we discovered previously, and in the sixth tab, you can exchange emblems of the Avenger and emblems of the Conqueror for different World vs. World infusions. Previously, these cost you either laurels or memories of battle, so this is a nice alternative to getting some infusions taken care of. And the last tab, which you need to unlock with the previous achievement we mentioned, you can purchase the World vs. World account-bound infusion. Daily achievements now reward a Mist-Hardened Lockbox in addition to their other rewards, and weekly achievements give Mist-Hardened Lockbox keys in addition to their other rewards. The weekly achievement has also been split in half, rewarding 4 gold for your first 3 objectives completed, and then another 4 gold for your second 3 objectives completed. This is a great change for people who didn't quite play enough to earn the complete rewards, as it staggers the amount of gold that you get from it overall. The calculation that determines how kill credit is calculated for support players has been changed somehow, and I'm not exactly sure what the specific mechanism is yet. But from some initial testing just running around on EBG with a couple open tags, it looks like support players who have difficulty with tagging traditionally, like support firebrands and vindicators, are going to be getting more kill credit with this change. We're earning a lot more bags than we used to, based on this initial testing. 2 Tactivators have also had their effects changed. Structural Integrity now no longer gives full damage immunity, instead dampening the amount of siege that structures take by 66% for 60 seconds. Also, the cooldown on Emergency Waypoint has been changed, going to 20 minutes from 30 minutes. I think both of these changes are going to be pretty polarizing for different reasons, but at least personally, I like both of them. Structural Integrity didn't really lead to interesting gameplay. The full invulnerability meant that you would just pull off, wait for your siege to die, and then drop new siege when SI expired. This change still gives enemy groups time to respond to an objective that's being attacked, but it also means that there's an incentive for attackers to stay and man their siege and generate more interesting fights. And for Emergency Waypoint, it's much the same calculation. It's now easier for defenders to respond, and it also makes it easier to generate a fight when you're an enemy group inside an objective, as you have more emergency waypoints that you can respond to. There's a new setting that's been added in your general options that allows you control the way that different visual effects are displayed for people in your squad and in your party. There's 4 settings for this menu option. You can either hide no visual effects at all, you can only see visual effects from people in your squad, excluding people outside of it, you can only see visual effects from people in your party, excluding anyone else in your squad or not in your squad, and you can also hide all visual effects. There's a couple exceptions to this. Fields which have combo effects on them, like light, dark, fire, etc., can never be hidden, and you also always see enemy effects. But this is good for controlling a bit of visual clutter from things like Scourge, shades, minion summons, and other various visual effects. We're going to have a video that comes out in a couple days that really digs deep into how you can control different visual effects on this setting, but for now, if screen clutter is something that bothers you in World vs. World, you might want to try fiddling around with this to see if you can decrease the amount of information that's on your screen and make it easier to tell what's going on. All told, I think this is a great patch. Having an outlet for a number of different wallet currencies in World vs. World that previously had little to no use is a welcome change. And the addition of a weekly vendor brings World vs. World in line with other endgame activities like strikes, raids, and fractals that can be used to accelerate gear acquisition and currencies. It's also possible, depending on how cheap Memories of Battle get, that the Ascended Gear pipeline in World vs. World, which uses Skirmish Claim tickets, Grandmaster Mark Shards, and Memories of Battle to purchase stat-selectable Ascended Gear, becomes one of the best options for gearing a new character in Ascended items. For many of these changes, though, we are going to have to wait for the economy to settle down a bit to really measure their impact. But for now, I think this is an excellent series of changes, and I'm looking forward to playing with them more. As always, if you find this type of video interesting, leave a like, a comment, and hit the subscribe button to let me know. I'll also be streaming these changes on Twitch later tonight and tomorrow as well to show them off. But for now, that's all I've got for you. Take care, and enjoy the rest of your day.